Hi, everybody. This is your math lesson today. So, we're going to do a shift. So, we're going to move a little bit away from representing fractions from a number line to looking at models of two fractions. So, you're going to have two different fractions. And every time that you see them, you're going to think to yourself, do they have or do they describe the same amount? So you have to decide if they describe the same amount. And another word for this idea of describing the same amount is equivalent fractions. So we're going to spend 2 days on this. And it's very important because there is at first glance, you're going to think about, okay, it looks kind of the same, but I'm not too sure. So you need to make sure just because something is more of something, more equal parts, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting more of that item. So there is definitely authentic applications for this. Is something that you would see at a restaurant, something that you would make at home, where it looks like someone is getting more of something, but actually they're not. They're just more equal parts. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to click here first to watch the two videos. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to this one over here. And this was created by a lovely, lovely, lovely teacher. And I won't tell you who, but you can do the video one, then video two. And then after that, after watching that, you're going to complete this Google form. And this Google form looks something like this. And it's going to have this girl. Where is it? Let me just go back quickly here. Oh, right here. This is a girl right here. So it has your name, and there are two different fractions. Again, two different models. So the models are these, and you think to yourself, what is it actually representing? So for the first one, okay, so I'm looking at the shape. They look the same, different colors. Okay, how many equal parts does this one have? 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So fourths. This one is a half. But if I look at this one right here, it has two equal parts of fourths. But this one looks very similar in that it is a half. But if I took at this half right here, if I look at that, and I also look at this, that looks very similar. It looks like they're describing the same amount. The only difference is this one has been cut into two equal parts. So this part, if I look at that one, it's the same as that one. That equal part is the same as this one. So again, your job is to look at all of these. So I'm going to scroll down here so you have an idea. So yes, no. Are these fractions equivalent? Yes, no. Are these fractions equivalent? Yes, no. Are these fractions equivalent? Yes, no. This one is the last one. Which pair of fractions below is not equivalent? So they're giving you two different models. Which one is not equivalent? I'm not too sure, but you have to pick the right one. Now you'll notice that it has values here. Okay, so this is out of 5. There is this one right here where it says write as many equivalent fractions for this figure that you can see. So you have to give me as many fractions that you see. So maybe you see a half, maybe you see 4/8, maybe you see something else. But I want you to give me as many equivalent fractions as you can. And a bonus question, 2 truths, 1 lie. Normally we do this on Tuesday or Thursday, but you're going to choose one statement and tell me which one is the lie and explain how you made your choice. 1/2 is less than 3/4. 1/2 is less than 3/4. That seems like it's true because this one here is the half. 1/2 is less than that. So that's true. So you have to try to find the lie. Moving on, let's see what else. So you have that. So you watch the 2 videos and then you do the form just like this one. When you're finished, you're going to build your own fraction strips from Toy Theater. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Just got to think of what is asking you. So Toy Theater, and take a screenshot of 2 to 3 things you made. These things will be attached as files for today's exit ticket. So number 1, you click on this fraction strips right here, and it's going to take you to this virtual manipulative. And again, it's free, and we talked about Toy Theater before. So you're going to create something that is the same, that describes the same amount. So that is 1. How else could I represent that 1? Oh, if I do half like that. So this looks like a whole is same as 2 halves. So if I take a screenshot of that, because that's one of the things that I want to do. Again, I give you a little bit of instructions here. On the left hand side, finish your building of fractions. So you got to finish that, which I did right here. So I finished building that one. That's 2 equivalent fraction. 1 over 1 and 2 over 2 is the same as 1 whole and 1 whole. Press Control, Shift, and Switch window key. And that's the little button. So switch window key is it's the little button above number 6. Okay. And you did it right because it's going to be grayed out a little bit, your screen. And you're going to drag from corner to corner. So let's see if we can do that. So I built it. This is equivalent. How do I know it's equivalent? It has this. It all start and ends at the same point. So I'm going to go Control, Shift, and that important key about number 6. I want to make sure it's all in there. I'm going to go from one corner to the opposite corner. And normally I would say click right here if you're going to paste it right away, but you're actually going to save it as a file. So that right away, when you're going to go to Google Classroom and you add a file, this would already be in there. You just have to look for this picture. Okay, so that's 1 screenshot. Again, it's going to ask me to do 2 to 3 screenshots. So let me try something else. You take it down. Let's see. I think we've done this before in class too, where with fraction strips and fraction towers. So let's see something that's equivalent to this. Maybe I go over a whole number. That means more than 1. So maybe I make, what else could I make? So yeah, this is 2. Half, 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 half gives me 2. Let's try this. Okay, let's try that. And let's try this. Oh, and then I have 2 different things happening here. So I have 2 halves is the same thing as 4 fourths. Or 2 halves is the same thing as 8 eighths. Look at that. I just built that. So I could take a screenshot of all these. Control Shift window thing about number 6. You want to go corner to corner. I'm holding on the mouse pad and I'm going to let go. It's going to have that. That's another file that I can add to the exit ticket after. Okay. And if you are done all of that, there's a sorting activity, sorting game that you could play. It looks something like this, called Sorting Estimates. Instructions are right here. And have fun and play that game. Okay. So again, thank you very much. That is your math activity for today. Again, click here to watch the 2 videos, and in the Google form, build your own strips, fraction strips on Toy Theater. And just once you have that screenshot, just don't worry about copying it to clipboard, and just remember to add that to the exit ticket. And the exit ticket's right here. And on the very bottom, it says add, share your fraction building. You're going to add those 2 files that you did earlier. Okay. All right. That is it for the math activity for today. If any questions, concerns, just let me know. Thank you for watching the video.